From Kalamazoo, direct to you, it's a WKZO.com quickcast.
All right, Tim, first question that I'm going to ask everybody today is, they picked you to finish second. I know you guys don't think it means anything because it's preseason, but does it mean anything?
No, it doesn't, because in 07, as you know, we had a little bit of a down year, and we were picked to win the whole thing. That right there just proves the whole theory that it does mean something, because it doesn't. We really try not to read into that too much. If you get caught up in all the rankings and all the hype, you're not going to do well. You're not going to succeed. So, we're just going to play well and let the games week by week decide that.
We talked a little bit about this at the spring game, but this is it. This is your last chance here at Western. I mean, what's that like for you? How's that been, the preparations for it?
It's going fast. It's hard to believe. I mean, we've had a great summer. We've had a tremendous offseason, but it's flying by. And so, we're excited for the possibilities. We're ready to go, and it's only a week away till camp. So.
One of the things that we asked Austin was that today Louis Delmas actually comes into camp with the Lions. He signed yesterday. What's that like for you to see him get drafted, but on top of it, to see him actually coming in on the same day you're in Detroit?
As a friend and a teammate, it's just so exciting. I mean, he has a great story of how he's come from a really rough background to this, ultimate success for the game of football, and just couldn't be happier for him. I know he's going to do great. I know he's going to be a solid addition for the Lions, and I'm just real excited to follow him all season.
Media Relations Director Matt Kanan handed this to me. Where is TimHiller.com? He says you hate it and he loves it. So what do you think about this?
I don't care for it. There's no doubt about it. Anyone, as you know me fairly well, and a lot of people do, I don't really enjoy the spotlight a whole lot. I'm more of a team-first type guy. It's nice, it's humbling, it's honoring. I understand why he does it from a media relations standpoint. Obviously, marketing standpoint. I was a marketing major, my undergrad, but I don't prefer it, I guess.
So this season, you're saying right now you don't like to be in the spotlight. I don't think you can avoid this season being in the spotlight, considering the amount of people that want to see you play this year. How do you handle that? How do you go into the season maybe a little differently than the last few years?
I understand it comes with the territory. I mean, as a quarterback, when things are good, you're going to get too much credit. When things are bad, you're going to get too much blame. You in essence, are an extension of the coach. It just comes with a position. I understand that, and I can definitely handle that. And I would just want to be a team-first guy. It's not about me. I couldn't be in a position that I am in without them. Without my offensive line, without the defense, without the receivers, the backs, everybody. It's a team game, and one person shouldn't be put above anybody else. We're all, have a different role to play. We're all playing that role, and like I said, it's an honor to be in that position, but team comes first.
I think that it's going to be a different situation without Jamarco this year. Obviously, he was a great receiver to have. How do you feel about the receiving core? How do you feel about throwing to him each day?
I feel great. I mean, we got a solid guy back in Juan Nunez from last year, as well as Jordan White's finally healthy. He's doing great. He's going to be a great player. I think he's probably our best-kept secret in that he's been hurt so much he hasn't been able to play, but he's finally healthy. He looks good. Robert Arnheim's doing a tremendous job. He's going to have to play a bigger role. And then a lot of young guys came up. I mean, some of the incoming freshmen as well as the transfers were here all summer. Every night through the summer on Monday and Wednesdays, we kind of did a football school. We installed the offense, met as a team, as an offense without coaches there, and put in all the plays. And so mentally, those guys are ready to play. So we've just got to, execute now. There's going to be some new faces, but it's my job, as well as the other seniors, to bring those people along. So I'm excited for, the possibilities.
Being that probably more than anybody, sitting out a season and how difficult that can be, or sitting out time, for a guy like Doug Wiggins, talk about what he has to go through and how, it can make an impact this year.
It's hard. I mean, I was in a situation where I had an injury that limited me some. And even though I could probably have played in 06, it was smarter not to. He didn't even have an injury, and he had to sit out. And so you can imagine how hard that was for him, where the transfer rules were what was keeping him out. He's done a great job. He's been working hard. He is as advertised. He's a great player. He's making us better as an offense, going against him in 7-on-7 all summer. I think, he can be an emotional leader and develop into that role on the defense. He's physical. He has great instincts, and I'm excited to see what he does when the season gets going.
Now, obviously, you had an injury at the end of the season. How's that feeling? Do you feel 100% now?
Definitely. Definitely feel good. I've been real blessed in my recovery. The medical staff's done a great job. I got the green light about a month ago, so I've had no restrictions all of July. I've been doing everything, and it feels really good. The knees responded well thus far, so I'm excited, ready to get back at it.
Michigan, game one. I'm sure you've been asked about 10 times today about it, but we talked with Austin about really Michigan fans and Western fans don't mix in any way, shape, or form. And Western fans would like nothing more than to have you guys knock them off. Do you take that into consideration during the game?
Well, I mean, of course we want to knock them off. You want to win every game. there's always added incentive when you play a Big Ten team. It's just an exciting opportunity, and they're going to be a well-coached group. I think they're going to be a lot better than they were last year. It's going to be a tough challenge, but I'm excited for the opportunity to go play at the Big House. We just got to come out and relax, just weather that storm early of the crowd, the hype, the excitement, and just come out and relax and play. So,
do you find it interesting? I mean, you guys were going to play Michigan State here, and obviously that didn't happen. You guys are going to go to Michigan State now. How does that change that game? I know it's later in the year,
right.
But it was an interesting atmosphere for Illinois last year. It was a real fun game for most of the fans.
Well, I was a bit surprised that they moved it. I mean, with State being so close in proximity to Detroit, I figured it'd really sell the place out. But that's fine. I mean, we'll go up there and it'll be fun. It'll be a rocking crowd. It'll be a little more on their side than it would be here. But whatever, that's fine. We're excited for the chance to play a great program like that. And in November, I mean, we've gone to Iowa in the past and Florida State in November, and it's a great opportunity at that point in the season to kind of see where we are as a football team. And
now you're in a situation again where you're playing the supposed BCS teams, playing a lot of them early on.
Sure.
It's like 2 years ago, and obviously you guys struggled. How do you overcome that? Does that help because you played those games?
I think playing the best competition prepares you and makes you better, and so in doing that, I think it's great preparation for conference play. The key will be to stay healthy. I mean, we can't afford any big injuries early on. We've got to stay healthy as a football team. We've got to come out and play well. It will be important to play well for our confidence, especially with a few younger faces on both sides of the ball. So we've got to come out and start fast.
And all indications seem to point that, when it comes to NFL stuff, I know you don't think about it, but there's going to be people there scouting you. There's going to be people watching you throughout the season, probably more than ever. Do you learn anything from what Lewis and Jamarco and London had to go through last year?
Yeah, and even back to Greg and Tony. I mean, I understand the whole process. I mean, it really is like the world's largest job interview, and to be considered again is an honor. I'm humbled by that. But my thought process is if I take care of my business on the field, if this team plays the way we're capable of playing, then all that will take care of itself. And that's my mindset. So first things first. We got to handle our business this year, and God willing, if that's in His plan for me, then maybe that's what the future will hold. I don't know. So we'll see what happens.
And everyone talks academics with you, obviously with the 4.0. But I mean, you want to play in the NFL, right?
It'd be a boyhood dream. I mean, there's no doubt. You grow up in the backyard. I used to love watching Bernie Kosar and John Elway, guys like that, and to be on the cusp of something like that is very exciting. You can't even really put it into words, but like I said, we've got a whole season to play, and that comes before anything. And like I said, we take care of our business now. Maybe that'll come later. We'll see what happens.
One final thing, Dan Lefevre and you, obviously the guys are going to be talked about the most in the MAC this season as quarterbacks. Is there a rivalry there? Are you guys friends? What's that relationship like?
Honestly, I didn't really know him very well, and this is the first chance I've got to sit and talk with him a little bit. Seems like a great guy. Really carries himself like a great leader of that football team. I've been very impressed with him. No, there's not. I mean, I don't see it as a personal rivalry. There's their team against our team. It's a great rivalry, Central versus Western. I don't read into all that stuff. Ultimately, every single game each week in the MAC is important. It's us against me and the offense against the defense, and our defense against the other team's offenses. I'm not going to get caught up in that, but they're a great team, and we got our work cut out for us this year in the conference. So,
thank you very much, Tim.
All right,
appreciate it.
Thanks.